can you tell us a little bit about your childhood and how you discovered that you had a voice?
Well, my mom had 12 kids. She could sing herself. My dad was a contractor. He built things. So my mom, we got everybody don't sing, but they do something musically. Like my
Mhm.
brother Tim Bowman Sr. Is a smooth jazz artist, a gospel jazz artist, and he stayed at number one with his records. We were really tight, and we would always try to harmonize when we'd take a bath. Your mama put us in there four at a time, probably to save water. Anyway, she would put us in there, and we would sing, and one day we had a contest, and I never could. Nobody never did make me the winner. So I told him that when we got in there next time, I said, I'm judging. I'm the judge. So I made my own self the winner. And I got out of there and went and ran and told Mama I won and all this, that was too much. And then I started actually sang my first solo in church. I was about 8. And then, we sang, we would open up the window and people would stand outside and listen to us sing and harmonize inside. When I got to be about, when my first marriage, I wasn't singing that much. That's when Mario was born, my oldest son. We all know how bad he is. When I met Marvin, we were in a group and got married. We were in a group called Winans Part 2, which was myself, BBCC, and a girl named Marvy. Right. Then BBCC got chosen, went to PTL. Remember that? Lord, lift us up where we, that song's from the PTL. In the midst of waiting until they got through with whatever we were going to do, I never just in my entire life ever dreamt I would be doing a solo or being a solo. Now, after 36 years of this, I think I'm convinced that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Put my first record out, not until I was 33. I was 33 years old when I released We Shall Behold Him.
All right. And I want to talk a little bit about We Shall Behold Him because you came in with a bang. So I know the original is by
Sandy Patty. I didn't even realize I was doing covers. I mean, when after a while, I said, well, wait a minute. Shake Yourself Loose came, and then I had, other songs like Sweeter Than Honey and Honeycomb. I had a lot of songs, but a lot of the main songs like Safe in His Arms, and those are covers. When you make a cover, you need to know that you're gonna get this on cross because somebody did it before you. Dottie Rambo was actually the writer.
Yeah, Dottie Rambo. I couldn't remember her name. So could you tell us a little bit about how you came to record We Shall Behold Him? Because that was your signature song for a good while.
Years. Oh my gosh. It was number one so long. And then, that song is not, I pitched it too high probably. I was singing so high you see stars at the end. I thought, oh my gosh. I loved it. I sang it when I was just going around. When I heard her singing, she sings falsetto. So when I heard her singing, I would just sing it, go around different places. If people would ask me to come and sing, I would sing. Then I said, you know what? I might as well record this. So I put up another song called Sweeter Than Honey, Marvin. So Marvin wrote great songs. I still do. But he wrote Sweeter Than Honey. That was on there. Everything Gonna Be All Right. That's from Pastor Bishop Darrell Hines wrote that for me. Mm-hmm. That was on my first record. It was a whole lot of good songs on that record. But We Shall Behold Them, and You Turn Me. That was another one. It was just a bunch of my first record. Some people say it's their best record. That's how I came out. It hit them airways, and honey, I ain't looked back since. And I was just basically taking care of my kids. I had Mario and Marvin Jr. boys, and so I was taking care of them, and I was doing the singing on the side because I just like singing. I had no idea I was gonna get a record contract. So like everything that comes to me, somebody come and get me. I really don't be pushing. And so one thing led to another. So here we are.
When you were learning how to sing, was there something someone taught you or that you learned that you apply to this day?
I know what you're trying to ask, but no, the answer is no.
Oh, okay.
I honest to God, with the help of God and the blood of my knuckles, I built my entire career by myself. Mm-hmm. I have 14 CDs, Grammy nominations, 7 Grammy nominations. I have 14, 15, 13 or 14 Stellar Awards, got double award, all that. I didn't have a manager. I've been managing myself the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Road managing. I travel by myself and do it all. Some people are born to sing. I don't consider myself a great singer, but I use that brain, hopefully, to try to, to make people love you. It's a package. It's just not a voice. It's a whole package you need, nowadays, so that you can, make sure that you hit it right. You got to have right songs. I mean, there's been so many gospel artists that come out, they get one song and they don't know how to get one to top that one. And then long as I still can't top long as I got King Jesus, but I got so many other good ones. I was talking to a producer that wanted me to produce me because I produce all the records as well. So I was talking to about my new album, not the album, but two new songs I want to do. But I can't imagine me doing 2 new songs, paying money, getting it all promoted and all that, and get up there and think I'm singing something sweet, and somebody holler out in the audience, I want to hear as long as I got King Jesus. Man, I don't want that to happen. I just don't want that to happen. But it's probably gonna happen anyway, because this is just one of them songs. It's a staple.
People have always said you have a very big voice. It's a big, free
Oh,
sound.
that sounds better.
Oh,
Loud
okay.
sounds like I'm on their nerves.
Oh
But
no, I apologize.
I do have a big voice. But we all do all them parts with everybody. Vanessa Bell, everybody sang about the same.
Okay.
I mean, if you're gonna get yourself your point across. But I know what they mean when they say a big voice. I'm a powerful singer. It's power singers. Gospel singers are power singers, basically. Or you can stand up there and sing, be boring, and you'll be right at the house. Okay, I don't know what else to say.
Okay, so after the success of the first album and the second album, I've heard a lot of gospel singers say, or a common misconception about gospel with some people is that you can't have a major career, but you completely defied that. You had your own television show, Song Station, Sing Station. You were
Yeah.
in national ad campaigns. You were on across TVs. You were
Yep.
literally everywhere. So can you tell us a little bit about how you formed, how you had made that big career for yourself? Because that's very rare.
I'm a go-getter. Hey, they don't have to choose me to come to nothing. I'd be probably, while y'all doing all that, I'm somewhere making some money on the stage somewhere else. I'm just a go-getter. I just am. I'm 68. I started when I was 33. That's a long time. And I've been doing the same thing over and over, being sweet, disciplined, down to earth, trying your best to get out of here. When I say discipline, you can't do everything. People will lie on you, try to scandal you, put scandals on you and all that. I'm not into all of that. I don't push. I don't do a lot of talk. You know how people come on, the more you talk, the more they got something to say. But first of all, my life is my life. And I just keep it with me. I sing about Jesus. That's all I want to do. The rest of this stuff don't do nothing but make people money. And, I'm not that type of person. If somebody harmed me, you got to forgive yourself and them. And then you just go on, and hope to God you land okay. You know what I mean?
And something I thought was really interesting is because you were actually among the first to get signed to major labels as gospel records, which was unheard of at the time. And then something I really want to talk to you about is your 1991 album, The Lady, which was of the time one of the first contemporary gospel records. You worked with some producers such as Barry Hankerson, R. Kelly, and you even made an appearance on like the R&B and dance charts. Can you talk a bit about that album?
Okay, let me fix some of these names you just said. R. Kelly did a remix. He was not R. Kelly at the time. His name was Robert.
Okay.
That's all I knew. I was in Chicago doing a play, and we sat there for 6 weeks. And he loved the play. And he was at that time singing under the tunnel or somewhere down under something. Barry Hankerson was the Winans manager, and he was also Robert's manager. Barry said, "Let him do a track to this song called 'Don't Throw Your Life Away.'" He was a nice, he was a nice kid. He loved me. He loved my role in the play. It was called The First Lady, and He literally came to that play. I think Barry told me 17 times. Can you believe that? I mean,
17.
he was loving gospel music like that. But he did do a remix way back in. When was that? 1994?
1991.
Woo! So that's what, 30 years?
Yes, 30 years.
Oh my gosh. Yep. He did a song. My son actually wrote the song. He did a remix of the song. I wasn't even there. And when I got there and they played it, he was gone. I said, how's somebody coming here and do a remix this fast? And the artist ain't even here yet. All they needed was vocals. You know, they take the vocal and they do what they do.
So, and I think that album is important because, as we mentioned with you among that group of ladies, it was you guys got a lot of backlash for making like sort of dance gospel hits. I recall the Stellar Awards. I think you were one of the first to bring dancers there. So
So
my
pathetic. I mean, even if just you even saying that makes me sick to my stomach. All I gotta do is just think in my head, honey, they done drove Hummers, head banging, all worming on the floor. I said to myself, whoa, they tried to eat me up, but you know me, I'm gonna go the low way. I went and got a cassette and apologized, because here's my motto on that situation. First of all, I just got out here and I'm not getting ready to stop. But I went in the studio and recorded a cassette, about 150 of them, and sent them to all the radio stations. And it basically said, I want to do the right thing. I wasn't dancing. I mean, it wasn't like it was me up there twerking. It was nothing. It was absolutely nothing compared to what they do. Oh my God. However, it was a trick of the enemy. But I know him. I know him. And I'm not stopping. But what I did do, I apologized, because I felt like this. I'm out here to I want to win the sinner, but do it where you don't offend the saint. That's where I'm at. And that's what that's what I said. And to those that were offended, I was sorry. I wasn't even asked to do it. The Stellar Awards wanted that. I wouldn't have never got any dancers. I mean, I didn't see no fit in it. I didn't know what they were trying, you know. And then it wasn't like they was all over the place, where everybody twerking and shirts off and all that. Like, oh my God, no. But however, that's what they did to me. But you could, and if you apologize and you be low, sometimes it's better to be peaceful than to be right. And next time I came back on there, like I told them, but I did "Don't Throw Your Life Away." When I went down, when I sung that song, it was contemporary. Well, baby, when I got back up, I was traditional singing, "Press the Lord." all them old songs. I said, Lord Jesus.
Do you know what was the big push around that time with you and other gospel artists to push you guys in a more secular direction, even though you guys came as gospel artists and were established
No,
gospel artists?
I can't let you say that. If that was me, I didn't push myself towards secular. That's a gospel album.
Not you, the label.
Oh no, the label was sold. I was sold to that label. If you had a label and they sell themselves over to another label, you just got to be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still sang "Believing" and "Seeing." I still sang and "Don't Throw Your Life Away." How about that? Would be great for R. Kelly to know that right now. How about that? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I wish to God I could have caught him up. I lost contact, God, years and years and years ago. And when I saw all this, I could do nothing but cry. I'm like, oh my God. But that particular record caught the eyes and ears of secular artists, even though I did not sing that record, you know, to try to be secular, because I'm not taking, I ain't gonna be doing all that.
Yeah.
But it was contemporary, and it was very contemporary. And then I'm at MCA, who really didn't want me to say the name Jesus. I said, oh, no. You know, instead of saying he, him, it, his name is Jesus. He got a name.
Yes.
And that's what I want to do, call his name.
Yes. I want you to know that your version of "Somewhere" from that album is my favorite. And then the ending.
High? Woo, that high. Jesus have mercy. Oh, so high, Jesus.
And one more thing about this album is I can't let I had to mention it. The cover. You, the hair, Vickie, Miss Winans, you are iconic for your hair. Okay, what?
Oh, please.
Your hair, like the it was either up or the
It was
short,
cut. Yeah, it was
the
cut. It was
cut.
short.
Whose ideas were those? Like you are,
Oh, that's me. Oh, that's me. That's
yeah.
all me. I did on my own. Well, I've never had a glam squad. I always do my own makeup. I'm never. My niece who was doing makeup, she did she did my face on How I Got Over album. Other than that, I think I did it myself. I
Yes.
mean, I went to the hairdresser, absolutely, but I mean, I'm just saying it was all me.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. You are a fashion icon.
What?
Yeah. Yes.
Come
We.
on. What?
Yes. Yes. We. Your hair. The hair. I just cannot get over it. It's one of my favorite
Yeah,
things.
that's John Good, bad, but he's still bad. He is an awesome brother right here in Detroit.
So then, as you mentioned earlier, what's your next album? I think the next album, Vickie Winans. Uh, that's where the Precious Lord is from. I when reading some uh, album reviews and just articles about what was going on with in your life at the time, um, you were dealing with just a lot of stressors, just a lot of stress and things happening at that time. So my question to you is, how did you manage those things at the time?
I didn't. If it wasn't for God, I wouldn't have made it.
Mm-hmm.
Marriages. I've been divorced, and I just didn't talk.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I did that 20th anniversary, I could say anything I want to say, and not even have to lie.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go, like I keep saying, when you go low, you come out on top. I had no idea. I was told I didn't have to talk at that particular event by well, I was told I didn't have to talk. And then when I got there, I put on that big old hat. I said, okay, if I ain't got to talk, I'm just gonna make sure they know I'm here. But the people there love me. Oh my gosh, they still love me so much.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just got up there, and I don't need to push anybody down to make myself any bigger.
Mm-hmm.
God is the one that does all that, and I think that's why that thing is almost at 3 million or somewhere around up in there. If you gonna hate on me, well, why I don't get all that hating. I really don't understand it. What is this about?
Mm-hmm.
Why? I mean, do good at what you do. And that's why I say you do your work in silence and let the success make the noise.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not out there trying. I'm just don't do that. All of these companies, Chrysler, McDonald's, oh my God, American Heart Disease. Who else was I with? You probably know them all. Quaker Oats.
Yes,
I've
quicker
been with more
roots.
corporations and they have blessed me so until I ain't never had an agent. Period. Either came and got me from a concert, or they were in a concert in the audience. Somebody got. Hey, I have never had an agency to put me anywhere. I've
Mm-hmm.
never called and asked could I be on anybody's commercials. I got commercials from Quaker Oats, about 4 of them out there. Great, what they used to be out there. National commercials, and the Lord that
Mm-hmm.
just blessed Chrysler tours and all kinds of stuff. And I look around and say, okay, this is just it's just me. It's a blessing, but it's good. God is
Mm-hmm.
good.
I recall reading, and could you confirm this or not, that you said at one point in time you had nodules and you got them removed?
Yeah, I've had two surgeries. I had vocal surgeries. Overuse and probably not singing the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did. I had two vocal surgeries.
Okay.
And I'm right now coming off of that pandemic, been out for a year. Crazy self did not warm up my voice, went out there full throttle. I've done 18 shows since, well, maybe 19 since the pandemic, or since they let us out, but they get ready to lock us back up. And so I didn't, I've never had that happen. So I really should call my vocal doctor, and I didn't. And now they have me on a regimen of speech and not talking as much. Yeah, I've
Mm-hmm.
had those. I have had two of those.
Okay. All right. So, and that's from, well,
Singing.
which actually leads into my next question. I When you pride yourself and you're often referred to as the hardest working woman in gospel. So
Baby, when they gave me that, I said, who did that? I didn't know nobody did that. I didn't know but what it was it just has to be. It's not just about singing. It's about creating a brand. That's what. So I didn't even get a chance to brand me. They branded me because of all of my dates. I started putting my dates up every month. 15, 16, 17 dates I was doing a month, which brought me to 200, almost 200 every year for about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years.
wow.
As I was busy. I just did it different. When the record company told me they wasn't doing shooting no video, I shot it myself. I just didn't wait on I just didn't. I knew where I was going.
As a singer, because you are with your voice and the voice is a part of your body, has there ever been anything else that has affected your voice or how you're able to sing?
No, unless you got a cold or laryngitis. Other than that, nodules are they sit right in between your vocals, and they won't vibrate together because one is not doing nothing. It's heavier than the other one. It just tears your voice up. I got a really, really good doctor. The first doctor that I had the surgery with was Whitney Houston's doctor. I had it done in New York. The second one, I found him in Detroit. He'd love him. And I just saw him not too long ago because I said, oh, God. I didn't realize that I needed to. I mean, I warmed up that day, but I was at home a whole year, and I should have been singing the whole time. Some people sang the whole time. I was at the house, crib chilling.
So then, in the midst of you have national ad campaigns, you're a national recording star, and somehow, some way, you found the time to start a comedy career.
Right? I was doing that already. Bishop Jakes told me. Bishop Jakes is the one who did that.
Hmm.
He told me, he said, girl, I want you to go to Alaska with me, flying. Surely we going on a plane. No, a cruise. A what? I looked at Bishop, I said, you sure? He said, yes. And I don't want you to bring no music. I just want you to come make all of my people laugh. I was a comedian for the whole entire trip. What? Are you serious? Are you serious, Bishop Jakes? He said, I'm gonna stretch you. Because that's another whole new gift. But Bishop Jakes is the one that started me separating. I was already clowning in between songs or whatever, but he said, girl, that's a whole nother career. And he was telling the absolute truth.
And you released a comedy album, a few
I
of
have a
them.
comedy. No, I don't have I have at the time it was a cassette, but now I have 2 volume 1 and volume 2 comedy DVDs that have sold like nuts. But all this stuff is true. And I don't have no comedy writer. Everything I talk about, I call myself the comediana. And because I'm a storyteller, I don't have like sound bites and people writing lines. I'm probably just crazy. That's all.
So, you've been doing both at a very high level for many years now. What would you say is the difference, or is there a difference between how you approach comedy versus how you approach your music?
No, I was doing, like I said, I was doing it all again. I'm not doing nothing no different unless somebody coming for a comedy show. That means they want me to do comedy and maybe I sing a song at the end. But I've been doing the same thing. That's why I say Bishop Jakes is the one that told me, you need to switch this up. And you need to, girl. And so I did. I came home and put up a comedy show here. Lord, that was a catastrophe. What's the name of the people that come in and tell you shut your show
Oh,
down?
the fire marshals.
Yes, Lord, here you come. He was going to shut my show down. He shut the second one because the people in the first show, I was supposed to do 3 shows.
Hmm.
The people in the first show would not leave. So here we got the people in the second show come. It was just chaos. And then I asked myself, sir, please don't shut me down. Please don't shut it down. And then he took a seat. He was laughing. He forgot all about it. Then the third show time, it was absolute mania. It was so crazy.
I
Okay.
love the story about how your wig ended up on the ceiling fan.
Oh, no, that's not even a story. That's just a picture.
Oh, it is because I remember watching it and I was like, She's hilarious. Like I
No,
watch her.
it's just it's a solid picture. It's my
Mhm.
I got home from concert. I was so tired, probably about my third show. I was so tired. When I came in the door, I just took it off and threw it. I didn't know it was up on the fan till that next morning. Oh
Hmm. Oh, okay. So something else I want to talk to you about, which I think is another important song, and you referenced it earlier, "Shake Yourself Loose,"
God. Yeah.
and it's a bop. It got a little. It has a nice groove to it. And what do you think was the difference between releasing a contemporary record at that time when you released Shake Yourself Loose versus years prior? Because you were, once again, one of the first to venture out into contemporary gospel.
You know what? I never even cared. That's something
Hmm.
they made. That ain't in
Hmm.
the Bible. Sing what you gonna sing and sing it good. Be anointed. Just sing. Sing hits. It's not about contemporary. This is something that ain't in the Bible. This is a man made up, so they can have a category for here, a category. I got stellars in contemporary,
Hmm.
traditional,
Hmm.
back and forth. I don't know what else to say. I'm never going to be put in a box. I'm
Hmm.
just not going to do it. And long as they hit, it don't make no difference. People were doing that. That's
Hmm.
nothing that God does. Not in my life, it didn't.
You just make music. You just want to sing. You just
You
sing.
hits, sing hits. That's the bottom line. Sing the anointed hits.
The anointed hits.
Honey, a whole bunch of them got them out there. Them Clark sisters, baby, Yolanda. Everybody don't always sing. That's why I say it was man-made. That's why I don't stuff like that don't work. It crashes. Who even thinking about that now? Except you.
Hmm.
I
Hey,
don't even care. I'm thinking hits.
today or recent years, you do a lot of things. So I know you make jewelry. You have you ventured into fitness. I love your fitness. Uh,
No, honey, that was very no. I did
oh,
that because I was losing weight. I wanted to lose weight, and I did. I lost about 100 pounds. I'm like Bishop Jakes. I ain't around here looking at nobody ain't doing nothing. I be
hmm.
watching how people's work ethic. Like just to say Beyonce, what? Beyonce is got to be one of the hardest. Oh my God, her work ethic is through the roof. I'm looking at how stuff is made and how people do stuff. When
Hmm.
there is a problem in something in the country in the that needs to be addressed or in the world stuff going on, you sing songs when you feel people hurting. CDs came with mostly 10 songs. You got 10 opportunities to do something for everybody.
Hmm.
That's the way I always thought.
Hmm. So as we're wrapping up, what is Miss Winans up to today?
Today, I just did on my Instagram. I sold some Oh Lord, I don't know what told me to do that. I put on my t-shirt and I got masks to match them.
Hmm.
And so the mask was saying, "Haters make me greater," and the t-shirt said, "I love haters because they do it." So they both were matching. And what did I do that for? I I got caught out of the country, so I was out of the country. I couldn't get back home in time enough. The people had so many orders. I said, "Oh God, Jesus, Lord, Jesus!" I got them all out. Whatever I find to do, like right now, today, then you got your regular work. I mean, I'm running an empire. I guess it's an empire. I'm an entrepreneur. I have to do all that plus run my home, and then I got dates. I have to make flight if I'm going. I'm not sure. I'm
Hmm.
not going anywhere till just they get themselves together. Because when I came back home and I tested negative before I got on the plane, before I could fly back from overseas, that was that. I was so happy. I said, okay, I'm going back in because here come another one.
There are actually two more things I want to ask you before we close out. Um, the first is being two things that really stand out to me about you are one, how you produce the fact that you produce your own material. can you tell us a little bit about how you got into that? Because that's
Because I had a recording studio in my home, and Marvin and Mario both left. One went to New York, one went to California. They got 4 kids and wives, and I just left me. So I got on there, and I not only do I produce them, I record them through Pro Tools. I do inputs, outputs, mics, all of it. I do it all. Being there by myself upstairs about 4 o'clock in the morning, I'll wake up. I feel like I can do some background. I go up there in my pajamas, hook that sucker up, and I lay. I produced the whole How I Got Over.
Mhm.
Sung the vocals, recorded myself.
I saw even on you're even credited as a producer on some of the earlier records.
All of them. All of
Yes,
them.
all of them. So what is your process for producing your songs?
Yeah, see, that's what I don't understand. A lot of people be producing, they don't know they producing. If you in that studio all night, like a studio bum, we used to call them studio bums. You in there giving all kinds of information, I can't even I can't even let nobody do my vocals. I'm just that picky.
Mhm.
And they sometimes, if there's a producer, they might, okay, you got a better one. I don't need to hear that. I'll tell you what, I do the vocal and send it to you. And then we mix it and master it. I mix and master too much. I'll be doing too much.
And then something that I really think is inspiring about you, and you keep reverting back to it as we talk, is the fact that you have always managed yourself. And so, can you tell us about how you managing yourself, how that came to be, but also, do you have any advice for people, for singers or artists in regards to like handling business? Because we all just want to perform, but we don't. A lot of people don't understand the business part of it.
It's a lot. It's a
Hmm.
lot. I just took on a lot and I did it on the
Hmm.
road, off the road, and still singing and going through pain and divorce and hurt. I have been through a lot, but managing myself is not a thing to me. It's just something you do. Somebody looking for me, I don't need to pay nobody if they looking for me. Just pick up the phone and say, hello, can you come do something? Yes. What date you want, baby? I mean, why I need to pay somebody 50 to 25%, and they looking for me.
And so, to be clear, your TV deals, your national corporation deals, all of that, you got those deals yourself.
I sure did. They came to me.
I know that's right.
Yeah, I never took an attorney. I never took an attorney in one meeting. I don't need an attorney. I can read.
Hmm.
And if this ain't enough, you gotta give me some more. If it's too much, oh, you don't have to do that if that's not in your budget. Or if it's the right thing, hey, I didn't even have a contract with Chrysler.
Hmm.
That's how much they just love. They just fell in love with me at one concert.
That's all my questions. Is
Woo,
there
good, because my throat hurt.
is there anything you want to say like to the parting viewers?
Oh, I love you. Number one, thanks for loving me. Y'all show me so much love until I blush. It's just, Lord. I was saying that on the thing. I said, they just love me. And I tell them all the time, I don't know what else to say. They love me and I want to keep them loving me. I don't want to do anything to offend them or to offend anybody. People live how they live. I, I wasn't called on it. I was not born to judge. I
Mhm.
don't judge people. I just don't. Because if I judge somebody, I'm gonna have to live perfect for the rest of my life. And I might not be able to do that, you know? But you
Yeah.
don't judge, you help. And you know, I can't even tell nobody no. I don't even know if you could do like Sunday. I can't tell you no, you don't get a turn because somebody gave me a chance. That's just the way I think. So
But once again, I want to thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And that's it. Thank you.
thank you.
All right. Bye
Okay, Malik, I
bye.
love you.
Love you too. Bye
Okay,
bye.
baby. Bye bye.